In the quiet town of Huntsville, Alabama, nestled beside the historic Maple Hill Cemetery, lies a playground unlike any other. By day, it's a haven for children, filled with the sound of laughter and joy. But when night falls, it transforms into something else entirely. A place where whispers of the past come alive, and where the dead, it seems, refuse to rest. Locals call it the Dead Children's Playground. Sarah Mitchell, a journalist known for her fearless investigations, arrived in Huntsville one crisp autumn evening. She had heard the stories. Stories of swings moving on their own, of disembodied giggles echoing through the trees, and of shadowy figures glimpsed at the edge of the playground. For Sarah, these weren't just stories. They were a challenge. Her first night at the playground was unsettling. The moment she stepped foot on the grounds, the air seemed heavier. Every sound, every shadow felt amplified. She set up her camera near the swings. Hours passed with nothing unusual. But just as she began to think it was all a myth, she noticed something. The swings, they were moving. Slowly at first, then more deliberately. Her heart raced. There was no wind, no logical explanation. And then, she heard it. A faint giggle, soft but unmistakable. Through the lens of her camera, Sarah caught a glimpse of something. Someone, a shadowy figure, standing near the edge of the playground. She called out, her voice trembling, "Who's there?" But the figure didn't respond. Instead, it dissolved into the darkness, leaving nothing but the sound of rustling leaves. The next night, Sarah returned. This time, she brought a small toy, a simple offering, hoping to coax the spirits into revealing themselves. She placed it on the merry-go-round and waited. 4 hours, nothing happened. And then, just as she was packing up, the merry-go-round began to creak, slowly at first, then faster. A child's voice whispered, "Play with us." Sarah froze. The voice, it sounded so close. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The response was a chilling chorus of voices, overlapping and distorted. But one name stood out, Emily. The name haunted Sarah as she dug through local archives. She discovered that in the 1960s, several children had gone missing in the area. Their bodies were found near the playground, but the cases were never solved. Among the victims was a girl named Emily. Her favorite spot? The merry-go-round. Determined to help, Sarah returned to the playground one final time. She stood before the merry-go-round, speaking softly into the night. "Emily, if you're here, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. To all of you. You deserved so much better." The air seemed to shift. The heaviness lifted, replaced by a fleeting sense of peace. For a moment, Sarah thought she heard a whisper.
"Thank you."
"Thank you." When she turned to leave, the swings swayed gently, as if waved by unseen hands. Sarah's story brought renewed attention to the Dead Children's Playground. The community rallied to honor the memories of the lost children, ensuring they were never forgotten. To this day, the playground remains, a place where the past and present intertwine, a place where the whispers of the lost can still be heard, if you listen closely enough.